Oh, goodness.
This week it's all about bottom fishing in the Gulf of Mexico, and let me tell you, this St. Pete Beach area all the way north, past Clearwater, Madeira Beach, this is the epicenter, this is the hub, this is the area that put the Gulf of Mexico on the map for bottom fishing. We're sitting on a full moon, there's something special that happens out in the Gulf. Late summer, early fall, it's the mangrove snapper spawn. This is a unique time where these mangrove snapper, just pile up on these spots, rise up in the water column, and I tell you, my guest host, Donnie Marcy, says this is the time to be here. These are the fish to catch. Mangrove snapper are excellent table fare. White, firm, flaky fillets. You can't do them wrong.
All right, this week we're offshore, 20, 30 miles out?
35 right now from the beach.
35 miles offshore, the staple over here on the West Coast. We're bottom fishing, looking for snapper and grouper.
Yep, a little bit of mixed bag, hopefully some American reds. Got a lot of mangoes here, and every now and then a cobia. But it's usually early in the morning, so we'll see what happens.
So it's something a little unique. We're sitting out here on a full moon, and you're telling me that a full moon, these mangrove snapper, once the sun goes down, it's late in the evening right now, late in the afternoon, we got an hour or so of sunlight left. We're gonna get on it a little bit, but really the magic happens after dark.
Absolutely. When that moon starts shining, like you said, it's a staple over here. They just get very active.
So we got some live baits. We're just gonna drop them down on some fish finder rigs and see what happens.
See what happens. Get them fired up.
Let's do it.
I think it's gonna be all right.
We are utilizing a variety of baits out here. Pinfish, white baits, which are also known as pilchards, scale sardines, thread fins sometimes, and then frozen bait. You could use, cut squid, cut sardines. So there's a variety of bait that you can bring out here to target these species.
Oh, there's something.
Come on.
I got something, Donnie.
Yeah? Yeah?
It's not big.
Well, we'll start with something. Like I said, we gotta get them fired up here. Oh. A little red. A little American red for starters, huh?
Look at that. You're saying these are loaded down there.
We'll get them fired up here in a minute. I got picked.
Look how pretty that fish is. Now we're gonna talk about some crazy regulations, recreational wise. One of the targets that people love to come out here and get, but unfortunately the seasons are so tight on them for recreational anglers. That's something that we really need to look at.
The first spot we stopped at was Donnie's American red snapper spot. He said this is the spot to catch these fish. And this is something that's, there's a little controversy around it, to be honest. This is a highly prized bottom fish, excellent edibility. You don't find them a lot in state waters. It's more of a federal water catch, and the limits on them are very tight, very regulated. There's only a few handful of days that are open all season, but when the season does open, these are the fish that people go after.
Oh, there he goes. Now he's got meat.
That's a little better one there.
Yeah, all right. Got some. Let's see. He bent the rod. Let's just see at least 5 pounds on him.
This is definitely a better one.
I'd like to see if that's a mango instead of a, nope, never mind.
Dude, it's a good fish.
It is.
Oh, look at that belly on
They're
that
getting bigger.
God. It's amazing the regulations on these things. You can't only keep, there's like a handful of days a year that are open to recreational anglers. It's a shame. And you come out here and you catch them one after the other. I say lower the limits, with bag limits, but having a season open where everybody can come out here and catch some fish.
It's pretty amazing too that pulling up to this spot, he said, this is a red snapper spot, but the tackle really doesn't change. Bottom fishing out here is pretty much bottom fishing. 10 miles, the water depth may change 10, 15 feet. The tackle is staying pretty much the same, the bait's staying the same.
Yep.
What happened?
He just came unglued. Oh, but he came back after it. Oh, and he's a little bigger too. He said, don't get away from me. How I pulled that one off, I don't know.
Feel like another snapper bite?
Yeah, a little bigger.
Let's see. Oh, nice.
American red snapper is one of the biggest commercial yielding fish of snapper. There's a lot of regulations that surround it as far as recreational catches. A lot of these wrecks out in deeper federal water hold these fish, and they're highly prized. They're, you know, excellent table fare. They don't have a good population in state waters, so really you gotta head pretty far offshore to get these guys.
Real-Time Florida Sportsman is brought to you by Eagle Claw Trocar, the sharpest fish hooks in the world.
You know, there's a big difference between the east coast of Florida and the west coast. On the east coast of Florida, you have the continental shelf. You know, 5-10 miles offshore, it drops off and you're not bottom fishing anymore because you're in 500, 1,000 feet of water. So much different on the west coast. You can go 100 miles offshore and you still have the depth of water that's needed to catch these bottom fish. That's what makes this area so great.
There he is. Oh, there he is.
We just moved spots. Donnie said we got to go to the grouper spot. What does it feel like?
Oh, he's gagged.
Gag?
Yep.
We ran in 10 miles from where we were, just dropped on this spot. You said this was a gag spot.
Ooh, it's a red, huh? So, I'll tell you one thing. That's a red that actually bit and fought like a gag.
Wow, that's
That's
good
kind
red.
of rare. There. I could have swore that was a gag.
God, that is a good red. You said it was a gag spot.
I don't know what happened.
You got it a little wrong.
The maggot raker invaded. He's welcome to, though.
That's a good fish. Now, is season open on those?
Yes. Yep, 20 inches.
Wow.
Gags have to be 24 now. They changed that recently.
But he's definitely 20 inches. Throw that one in the Yeti. So we're live baiting on the bottom, but there's other ways that you can target these grouper, right, out here?
Absolutely. You know, the 30 fathom plugs that can be trolled, typically in 45, 50 feet of water, are really effective. This is a little deep for that. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, the bigger plugs, they're just like bigger fish, and sometimes they get real aggressive.
So you can slow troll. I mean, you can troll around the rock piles in a little bit shallower. You can probably drop jigs down with dead bait. And there's so many different
Jigs,
ways.
absolutely. Jigs work. The big bucktails, you know, like a half, I don't know, I'd say probably an ounce. Probably the heavier ones, obviously. So sometimes actually trolling those plugs can find new spots. We used to do that. We used to troll until we caught the grouper and we'd mark that, go back and drop dead bait on it, or live bait on it, and it would be really effective that way. But there are definitely other ways to get them, sure.
Sun's going down, Donnie. Just the snapper turn on in the same area? I mean, what
I
happens?
believe when I see the moon,
Really?
they'll just start turning on. And it might take the moon to get a little higher. It might take an hour, but when they turn on, you'll know they turn on. It's kind of like when we were catching the American Red. You just couldn't drop without getting
Crazy.
hit.
So in the same spot you could be.
Same spot.
It's just timing.
Timing. It's weird.
Same bait.
Yeah. Probably the smaller pinfish, not the big pinfish like we're fishing now. We're fishing the sunset of dusk for the grouper, obviously. But yeah, we'll switch off to the greenbacks, white bait, dead bait. I'll start chumming. We'll put out some glow stick lights, kind of bring them up, and hopefully we can get them going.
There must be high pressure sitting there. Look at those wispy clouds like that. That is jeez. Fire in the sky at night.
I think I may have just gotten the first mango. He snuck up on me. And it is.
Wow.
First mango.
You weren't kidding. Those are good size.
That's what we're here for. We
Okay.
can load up a cooler with those.
Now, how big do those have to be?
Out here, 12 inches.
That is definitely bigger than 12 inches.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you measure
Yeah, you
that
don't
one.
have to measure him.
So these are spawning now, is what you're saying?
Yeah. From what I understand, during a full moon is when the mangrove snappers actually spawn, which makes them active.
So year-round, though, you can catch these fish out here?
Yes, and they move in and out. So
Yeah, because we catch mangrove snapper inside in the river systems.
That's right.
All the way out here, so.
So during the summer, the bridges are very popular for mango. So if you can get a slack tide, you get a bait down to the bottom, you don't even have to have a boat. You can go to the Skyway Bridge, north or south, and catch plenty of these.
But out here,
Out
full
here they
moons, the nights in the
This,
summer.
this would be a very nice snapper to catch on the bridges.
Yeah, you're
This
right.
is a nice snapper here, either way it is, but we're looking for a lot bigger since we're in 80 feet of water.
Let's throw that one in the Yeti, what do you think?
Oh yeah.
I just brought that up. You think that was a snapper?
I actually do, yeah.
I mean, you just caught that one, and you were just, that bite is so much different than a grouper.
Oh, absolutely. Snapper are very challenging. It's a tap tap and it's gone. They actually can take the bait right off your hook with those 2 taps. If you don't get it, it is done. So as soon as that you feel that tap tap, you actually gotta just bank on the fact that if you reel straight up, just reel as fast as you can.
Okay, because I felt those taps. So when I feel those taps is when I want to reel.
And do not stop reeling because they swim straight up with your hook for the first 20 feet.
Gotcha.
Real-Time Florida Sportsman is brought to you by Yeti Coolers, built for the wild.
You know, with these smaller boats nowadays, and you just don't have the ability to have a radar. I mean, I don't have a T-top, and many boats don't, but you know, with this Ray Marine unit, you can just get a serious weather subscription, and you have the same radar, you know, that the big boats are seeing offshore, you know, and we can just sit here and just track those storms. And I got an EPIRB, God forbid something were to happen, you know, it's.
I actually brought one too.
Oh, did you?
Even though I know you do this professionally, I always bring one with me.
That's a good idea. Have a ditch bag. Have one bag with everything in it, ready to go. Handheld VHF, EPIRB, bottle of water. I mean, it is calm tonight. It's beautiful. It's like a lake out here, but we are 25 miles offshore. That's no joke. Right. I mean, 25 miles.
Hard to realize that.
It's hard to find somebody 25 miles offshore when a drift starts and you're away from your boat. So
something to be remembered. I mean, if you look east, those ships are outside the ship channel. That ship is 10 miles away, and he's 15 miles from the beach. So it's hard to really realize where you're at, especially on a calm night like this, you know?
Yeah.
So really what we've come out here for is a mangrove snapper, and it amazes me. We're fishing a couple hours before dark, and Donnie says, no, we're probably not going to catch them before dark. And I'm thinking the same exact place, using the same exact bait, but talking to him, it's a timing thing. When the sun goes down, the moon comes up, apparently that's when these mangrove snapper come out to feed. Sunsets out on the water, it's just something unique about it. I don't know, the coloring is different, what it is, just the atmosphere of being out there on the water, but I tell you how beautiful it is to see the sun set and the moon come up.
We got a pretty good cell inside of us, inside Tampa Bay, but there's a 20-mile line right there, pretty much where we're sitting. With some scattered stuff way offshore. We picked a good night. I mean, not a lot of stuff going on around the state. That's where we're seeing all that lightning on that one right there, but that's plenty inside of us. Plenty far away to be safe. Oh, that's him.
There we go.
That's a snapper.
Look at that. Oh, that's totally a snapper. Bring him.
Moon's getting ready to pop up over the cloud behind me. Oh. Woohoo! That's what we came out here for. Look at the belly on that thing. Big old fat belly. Oh.
Nice.
That's
He's
not
been
like
eating.
That's not like the ones you catch in shore.
Good job.
God, that's some good eat right there.
Yes, it is.
Look how fat that thing is. That's it, man. The moon's just getting ready to pop up. This is what we came for, these mangroves right here. Yeah, this is the spot. We're marking them. It's just turned on, like you said, like a switch. All of a sudden, just bump every bait. And now, is this the average size that you're getting out here?
I'd say that's an average size. It'd be nice. We get 8-pounders, 7, 8 pounds. The biggest one I've caught was actually here. It was like 9 pounds, 9.5 pounds.
And what's the limit on?
You can keep 10 of these in federal waters. They have to be 12 inches. These are 10 within the aggregate snapper bag limit. So.
Look at that. Look at the belly on that thing. So I'm gonna tell you what, you keep 10 of those, you're gonna be eating good. And we're gonna throw this one in a Yeti.
Making friends with neighbors. Give it away.
Grocery shopping.
You can really come out here either with a conventional rod, and you can even use spinning rod if you're comfortable. It doesn't require a lot of lead to get down in these spots. There's not a lot of current in the Gulf, which is different than the Atlantic. So you can sit out here with 3 ounces of lead, you know, a short piece of fluorocarbon leader and a circle hook, and just drop down to the bottom. It doesn't take a lot. It's a very simple setup, a very simple fish finder rig that you can make up in minutes and be targeting this variety of species.
This might be a 4-pounder, 3 or 4-pounder. Oh man, he ain't liking this.
Oh my God. Dude, that thing looks like a mutton.
All right, now that's the size we're looking for out here.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm looking for.
And that was on dead bait. You switched it up to dead bait.
The first head of a sardine I put on.
That is a nice sized mangrove right there. That's a respectable fish. I
Yeah.
mean, the fillets that you're gonna get off that thing. Look at that.
That's a little board.
How many pounds do you think that is?
I think he's 3. What do you think? 2 or
And you
3?
get them
3?
9 pounds.
Oh, 9-pounder. Look, as big as grouper.
Oh.
Kind of freaked me out.
Will they eat pinfish too, or is
Oh
it?
yeah, absolutely. A smaller pinfish? I dare you.
I dare you. I take that dare.
What a unique looking fish. Big fanged looking teeth. You can tell how he grabs the bait, pulls it in, holds onto it, and kind of can swim away with it. He doesn't really ingest the whole bait. And these are fat spawning fish. You can tell that they're on the spawn. They're nice and fat, just chunky fish that have great fillets on them.
So a glow stick like this, if you hang a few of these off the back of the boat, the stern of the boat, like with some fishing line or something, and a chum bag, it also lights up the back so you can see them when they come up to the
They'll
surface.
come right up to the chum. Oh wow, that'd be cool.
Fish kind of think it's the moon.
Yeah, this ain't easy. I mean, you think it would be. It's only in 70 feet of water. The bite is so subtle. I mean, they not subtle. They come up and tap it.
Hard
they don't really grab it and swim away with it. You got to kind of time it right. Where they grab it, you want your weight sitting on pretty much on the bottom. So you're feeling for them to pick it up. Very subtle.
Real-time Florida Sportsman is brought to you by Penn. Let the battle begin.
The general consensus is, 90 minutes after moonrise and right before moonset on these full moons is the time to be out here. And really, again, anywhere from a mile offshore to 100 miles offshore, anywhere that has structure is going to be holding these mangrove snapper. It seems the further offshore you get, the bigger the fish are going to be.
Uh-oh, that's a bigger one. Yes, get him here.
That thing hammered it. Don't sit down when you're doing this.
He's bigger.
Yeah, it feels a little bit better.
Here, maybe that's a 5-pounder we were looking for.
It's definitely a better one.
Or
He'll eat.
he'll eat. Yeah, he's bigger. Yeah.
The belly on that thing. Circle hook did the job right in the corner of the mouth, just sitting on the bottom. Hit the bottom and just kind of hold it tight. Don't really crank it up. Good size. That'll eat well. Look at the moon up right now.
Yeah, man.
Perfect. Didn't get any better than this. Perfect night.
Yeah.
Sitting out here in September, it's just perfect conditions.
Mangrove snapper can be wily little critters. You can get a fish that's 5 pounds and almost feels like he's pecking at it like a 1-pound fish. It's amazing, the bite. You drop down at the bottom, they have these sharp little teeth and you can feel them come up and just peck at the bait. Donnie says, when you feel that peck, all you need to do is just start reeling. At first I was sitting there, I was waiting for a solid thump. I'm waiting for the line to come tight once the weight's sitting on the bottom. That didn't ever happen. What happened is you just felt a peck, peck, peck. The circle hooks just reel till it comes tight, and up he comes.
God, it was just sitting on the bottom. Oh, that's a little better one there. What do I got? What do I got?
Oh, they do bite at night. Whoa.
To answer that question,
Yep, sure does.
the grouper do feed at night. I was asking Donnie earlier, does he catch grouper at night? He said, sometimes. Well, there's your sometimes.
Grouper are the quintessential bottom fish. It's the one thing that everybody wants to target, everybody wants to catch, everybody wants to eat them. Really like the structure, albeit artificial, natural structure, but they like that structure. So when you get out into this right depth of water, anywhere, sometimes of the year, these things are as close as 10, 15, 20 feet of water. This time of the year, though, Donnie says they're going to be out in 50, 60, 70 feet of water is where we're going to be looking for them. Heavy structure areas, you better bring some tackle to stop these fish.
Oh yeah, bigger? Oh yeah, he's heavy.
I knocked a chicken wing right out of my hand.
You put a piece of chicken down there?
No, but I had a chicken wing in my hand and I was sitting on my butt. Ugh. Ugh. That's a little better one there. It always happens when you pick the food up.
Absolutely.
I was hungry.
Or put suntan lotion on.
whatever it is.
In this case, moon tan lotion.
You're not paying attention.
Let me see him.
He's pretty good, I think. Oh,
Yeah. Rah.
What do you say, man? We've done really well. Look at these things. They're all fat,
That's a decent fish. Absolutely.
great size.
Live bait or dead on that one?
Live bait on that one.
Live bait.
Again, fat belly, huge fish. Great fillets off that thing. Really, I mean, you don't get better than that. Come out here after the sun goes down, you're not killing yourself with the heat.
Amen.
Having a great time catching fish like this, put a little food on the table.
Absolutely.
What do you say, the breeze is starting to kick up? Head
Yeah,
home?
probably time to go, man. That breeze did just kick up, so it's been a great night.
It's been awesome.
Lots of fun.
Donnie Marcy, what a great guy. I mean, truly a salted soul. This guy lives for the water, surfs, fishes, grew up doing this, and I can tell, you know, this guy truly has a passion, loves what he's doing. And you can almost see it. The guy works to fish, and when the weekends come or when the waves are good, the dude is out there doing what he loves. If you're wanting to go bottom fishing on the Gulf Coast, St. Pete Beach is the place to be. We had great accommodations staying at the Alden Suites on St. Pete Beach. There's also plenty of marinas and boat ramps to keep your boat at and do just what we did.
I'm known as the Porky Slayer on the West Coast, though, just so you know.
The Porgy Slayer.
Tricky little devils. I like the dumb fish, personally. The cameraman's getting an extreme close-up. Are you focused?